goes off and net connection may be unstable. But it's cloudy and nice out here in Hyderabad, and so hopefully we'll have an uninterrupted book event launch and some nice talks to hear too. Uh, so, Muralidharan sir, can you hear me? I think Gauhar is on the presentation mode. He could stop his screen share, and yep, that's much better. That's much better. All right, so we'll go the session with 505, just a minute more for the benefit of people who might still be trying to join in. I think a few contributors have not yet joined, so just a couple of them left, I think. So, how are you all today? I mean, great, great. Rizia has joined. Good evening, Rizia. Welcome to Chronicles launch. Welcome, Shalini Pandey. All right. So we will officially start the session because it's already 5 minutes past the announced time. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of HYDRAW. And today we are going to have our ebook launch titled Chronicles. HYDRAW is a literature club that I started in 2018. So we'll be completing 2 years this August. And this is our third book. So not a bad record for a small fledgling club that initially started with 5 or 6 people. And our objective is to publish one anthology per year. So the first anthology we published was in 2019, and we go the in the alphabetical series for the title of the books or the anthologies that we published. So the first book was titled Advent, released in 2018. The second anthology was titled Biryaniyat, and it was scheduled. It was everything was ready, published, and we were planning to launch it on March 22nd in Lamakan, and 21st the lockdown was announced. So just a few days before the event, we had to call off. So Biryaniyat is the second anthology of HYDRAW, but not yet formally released. And in the meantime, we were all sitting in the four walls of lockdown confinement, and then our young member Swasti said, "Let's write something in this lockdown." So we went ahead and gave a nationwide announcement. And since it is the third book, we titled it with the letter C, Chronicles. And because it's an ebook, that launch is happening before Biryaniyat. Biryaniyat is still yet to be launched. We want to have Biryaniyat launched in a physical event once the lockdown restrictions on public places are removed. And the whole thing happened virtually online from ideation to launch. And so it's the first time for us to have a virtual launch event. So let's see how it goes. We'll have some learnings, I hope. And just before I hand over to Swasti, the main objective of HYDRAW is to have a common platform for readers and writers. Most of the groups or clubs that I have been in the last few years, online as well as in Hyderabad, are focused either towards the writers as book club or as readers for as a book readers club or writers club. But our USP has been right from start that readers and writers both get equal time participation and membership in the club. Formally, we don't have any membership as like in you register, get an ID or membership fees and all. What we do have is a WhatsApp group. That's the most official grouping. So whoever is member of that WhatsApp group is the HYDRAW member that you normally see on social media. When we say Team HYDRAW or HYDRAW member, it means member of the WhatsApp group. So after today's event, all of the newcomers who contributed to this anthology will be the official members. So I'll add them to the group after the event. We have not yet registered as anything as an NGO or a formal membership form and so on. We will see that as we grow once we complete 2 years. So the agenda for today is I will hand over the opening remarks to Swasti to talk about a few minutes on the whole Chronicles project. After which, I will request Ashwina to speak a few words. Ashwina Garg is a freelance columnist and writer, member of Hydra, who wrote the foreword. So over to you, Swastian. You take it from here about giving some opening remarks of the book itself. Swasti.
Sure. Thank you, sir. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the launch of our Kindle anthology, Chronicles. I have got about 5 minutes, so I'll be real quick. Uh, so, during this lockdown and between numerous virtual meetings, I found a little hack for a person like me, an introvert and someone who likes to conserve her energy by opening her mouth as less as possible. But again, being stuck at home, I am eating a lot these days and hence opening my mouth a lot more than usual. So a big part of my energy conservation now relies on reducing my talk time. Okay, so that's already about 30 seconds gone. So let's get to the point now. I realized that virtual meetings are great, especially when someone else is sharing the screen. You speak, I can hear an echo. Okay, okay. So I realized that virtual meetings are great, especially when someone else is sharing the screen. You speak, but nobody sees your nervous face or your knees trembling. And you can actually just be reading out stuff, nobody gets to know. So there is a silver lining to every cloud and a hack to every lockdown, like our anthologies. I would like to believe that this anthology is a proof of the never say die attitude of the human mind. It is a proof that we have the ability to find hope and strength and resilience under any situation. That we, as human beings, can dream of a future no matter how difficult the present is. That's why, as a species, we have come so far, I believe. And also, we have the ability to share our feelings in order to boost someone else's morale. During the initial of the COVID-19 situation, I used to be in official calls with my colleagues from different parts of the world, and we would share our experiences of the situation. And then I realized how everyone is so similar when it comes to three things: love, loss, and death. And that realization brought this thought of gathering everyone's insights on one platform as an anthology. So probably things will come back to normal, or probably never will. But I believe this book will remain an account of people's experiences and thoughts during this testing time. So it's kind of, each of us have written a piece of history here. Well, ideas are easy, executions are not. So, but the whole group for this anthology has been amazingly collaborative and dedicated towards bringing this idea to life. I would like to thank you, Mehboob sir, for immediately agreeing to the idea. Arun sir, Lavanya, Devika, Sirisha, and Smriti for all the hard work in reviewing and editing. Swapnil sir for the cover and layout design and typesetting. Thank you. And thank you everyone from the Hydro group for your encouragement. So from an idea, it became a project. And like any other project, it demanded management, time, scheduling, tracking, and dealing with unforeseen challenges. And looks like one of my former boss's statement was true. You know, I can be kind of annoyingly bossy when it comes to following up. Well, I didn't believe her then, but now I have a feeling that a few people might now be nodding in agreement. Honestly, had I known what it takes to publish an anthology, I doubt I would have proposed it ever. But it's a great learning experience. And I'm happy that we managed to receive some great entries. We advanced the launch date by about a week from what we had in mind earlier. So this was a bit challenging as all of us had to put our efforts despite our regular office works. But each person of this group came forward whenever required, and a few of them had to burn their midnight oil just to ensure everything is perfect. So I'm really thankful to them. So, finally, thank you everyone once again for the support and for giving me this opportunity to learn. And thank you all the writers for believing in us and sharing your pieces with us. And I don't have much to actually speak on my article. I hope I have been able to convey what I have experienced during this time and what I wanted to communicate through this article. But I would leave that to you to decide. Thank you.
Thank you, Swasti. Nice hearing you, and it was great. I think coordination side also very fantastic job done.
Thank you, sir.
So now you have seen the face and heard from the person who was sending the emails and following up, and one of the youngest writers of Hydra and an amazing writer. Trust me on this. When you read her exposition, you find truth in my words. I
Thank
next
you,
request.
sir.
I next request Ashwina to speak a few words.
Yeah. Thanks, Mehboob. It's been a privilege to be asked to write write the foreword for the Chronicles. They were very sweet to ask me to do it. I had the opportunity to read some of the pieces, and they were all really outstanding. And I was like really amazed by the level of talent. So I'm sure this book is going to do very well. And it was really nice that all the contributors and the people who worked on this anthology found the time in these testing times, to found the time to put this anthology together. So I really wish you all the best, and I'm sure this will do really well. Thanks. Thank you for asking me
Th-
to write it.
Thank you very much, Ashwina, and it was graceful and very nice of you to finish the forward despite having some emergencies in the family. You took the time out even when you were in a hospital. So, deep sense of gratitude and thanks on behalf of Hydra for giving such a great forward to the book and being
No,
a
my uncle passed away. I was not in hospital. My uncle-
okay, 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 okay. So, despite that, we could complete it and get it to the publishing front on time. Once again, thanks a lot, Ashwina. You're a wonderful member of the club. So, with that, we will actually have the launch now. And the book is already on Kindle, except for the submit button to be clicked. And so, Swapnil, if you could take over the screen share and do the formalities from at here. And for those who have joined after the event has started, once again, a warm welcome. I couldn't call you by name, mention you by names. If someone was saying something, please say it. Go ahead. Gauhar, you were saying something? All right. So Swapnil, the Kindle book is on Amazon, and I think it is uploaded. Can you walk us through? First the launch. It's about 518. So virtual launch, we don't know how to do it, like unwrapping of the book and a photo op, how they all do online. Maybe we should do an animation video of a Caesar coming and opening a book, and then it goes onto the cloud or something. Maybe next time
Yeah,
we could do that.
yeah, that's a learning for the next time, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe right. We didn't have much time this time. So Swapnil will now conclude the upload process so that it's available online. After which,
Right.
I request Swapnil to talk a few things about himself, his contribution, and the publishing part or the availability part of the book. Over to you, Swapnil.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to be, sitting here doing the honor of launching this book. So I have shared my screen. I think everyone can see it. This is the Amazon Kindle screen.
Yes.
So what we decided, like as Mehul sir was saying, that we didn't know how to launch it. So what we thought was, we'll take you through the process of showing where we have uploaded it, and it'll take a couple of days, maybe 24 hours to 48 hours for it to go live. So post that, we'll send you an email with the actual link. So for now, you can actually see, so it's all over there. You can probably after 24 hours you can search with Chronicles, and it should be searchable in Amazon. Okay, and if you want to see a preview, maybe good time to show the preview, because once we submit, then we can't make any editing for next till it goes live. So yeah, so this is the cover page uh, of the anthology. Then we have a list of the people who have contributed. So the names that you see are the few names that have worked hard, but more. I mean, there are a few more people whose name we could not include it here, but they helped us a lot, because that managing a global um, uh, anthology where we have to talk to many people, keep them updated, give them the information that we need to be shared from the editor team, make sure that we handle the latest edited version. Sometimes it happens that you edit it, but then when you are putting it together, you pick the old version. So there's a lot of things that we had to face, but thanks to the great team that we had, and we put them all together. It's so happy to see 29 names in the author list, and 33 contributions, which is amazing. Within like almost 1 month of time, like I think we launched about 1 month back, and we got about 33 articles. That's amazing. So this is the forward written by Ashwina, and now you see on the screen are the content. So we have about 9 poems, about 14 stories, and uh, 10 essays. So I'll stop it here, the share. I'm going to launch it formally. I'm going to, so this will be available for 99 rupees for everyone other than those who have contributed. So we will also tell you the date, and it will be about a 1 week of duration where you can download this book, okay, for free of cost for all our author friends, and also you can share the link with your family and friends. They can also get this book for free of cost. Okay, so I'm now going to click on publish.
So let's unmute your mics and clap.
Yes.
So, yeah, publish already done. Okay, and I'm not going to do paperback yet. Okay, so this is there in the review. Within 24 to 48 hours, it should be available for reading. Okay, and we'll let you know when it is done. So that's about the book launch, and I also have an article, or I have my
Sorry, Swapnil, can you stop? Yeah, thank you.
yes. So I have a story, small story, which is part of this anthology, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. One of the major uh, challenge or problem that we have seen because of Corona was loss of job. Right, there are many people who have lost jobs. So what I've done, I've written a fictional story. It's a fictional story about a young guy who's always like, who's successful all his career, right from school to his MBA days. But then, he gets the job. Okay, he gets the job of his dream, and then, he's laid off because of Corona. So how does, one young man who has never faced um, problem or never seen failure in his life copes up, and is in the end is all happy about it. So that's the message I want to give with my small piece of story. And yeah, so one thing I want to tell to Swasti, that she heard saying that she would not have, if had known the effort, she probably would not have taken the lead. but I think she was joking. And the next anthology also we are ready, Swasti, right? Let's go for anthology four now.
Of course,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I second that, and it will be in three languages. So
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm
So yeah, more.
imagining the work.
So more so maybe later we'll inform all the members. So that's it from me. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Probably I don't know. At least I didn't realize that we could get such a 29 established authors to this event, but then we got all of you all. So as a member of HYDRAW, I'm very happy that you all contributed, and we look forward to interact with you even more. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye for now from me. That's it.
thanks, Swapnil. Wonderful doing the, you're actually, Swapnil is the back end. He is the invisible guy who sets everything together. In the front end, you will may see Swasti and me or Lavanya more, but the backbone that binds us all together is Swapnil. So once, thanks, Swapnil, for a wonderful job done. And
Yeah, totally agree to that.
yes, Swati.
Thank
And
you.
it's now over to Lavanya to walk us through the author's sequence in the uh, book order in which they are, and then take it over from here, Lavanya, who will speak, and you can tell them to. Uh,
Yeah, so do we have Akhil? So the first poem was by Akhil. Do we have Akhil? If Akhil is there, then we can talk about it.
Akhil is not there. I don't see his name.
So let's just. So this is Akhil's bio, and he has contributed the poem Solace in Silence. So since he's not there, let's move on to the next person. Yeah, Bhavna. Do we have Bhavna? Mehboob, do you see Bhavna on the participants list?
No.
Okay, then I'm moving forward. So Bhavna has contributed two poems. One is Irony, and the next one is Quarantine. Okay, the next one is me. So I have contributed a poem called One of These Days. I hope you will like it. I don't have much to say. Being a Hydro core committee member, I guess everyone has covered the hard work that we have done and all that stuff. But when the book came, like it was getting finalized, and we saw the last compiled word manuscript. Like I was very happy. And I had said this to Mehboob on a WhatsApp chat. I said, wow, this is like a beautiful bouquet. And there are so many beautiful flowers in this. Each unique, different age group, different experiences, different writing styles, different fragrances, different flavors. So I was like very happy, and I feel proud to be to be a member of the Hydro Club, because what we have done, we have presented a beautiful bouquet with different beautiful flowers. So thank you everyone for the contribution, and thank you for trusting us. So let's move forward. Next is Prithvi. Is Prithvi there? I don't think he's joined. I will give some.
Lavanya, something about your poem, the poem you wrote.
Uh, I guess everyone will read about. I'll just leave it to the readers to read it whenever the book is available on Kindle. But yeah, mostly my poem is about the freedom that we seek during the COVID times. Like everything locked down, and we could not visit our friends. I mean, I actually missed Hydro a lot. I was not able to meet Mehboob. I was not able to meet Swasti or Swapni. We didn't have this book discussions and all that. So the poem that is split into 5 or 6 verses is mostly about that, like how I missed my friends, family members, and all that. So I hope you like the poem, and we can always be in touch. I have my social media information as well in the bio. So, one more thing that I wanted to say was I don't know whether Syed has joined this call or not, but one of his stories, Conversations with the Old Friend, that is one of my favorite. Being so young and writing in a totally different way, it kind of I mean, it gave me as well a lot of ideas to work forward. So anyways, I'll not bore.
Yeah, yes, Lavanya.
Thank you, Lavanya.
Oh, Syed, you're
Syed
done.
Shakil is in the call.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I loved your piece.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead. Prithvi has contributed a poem called Faith and Hope. And then we have Purva. So over to you, Purva. Hello. Is Purva on the call?
She's in the call, and I think it's on mute. And Purva, could you unmute and talk about? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. This is Purva. And first of all, a huge thank you to Swasti for all the coordination. I think you did a brilliant job. So, yes, please keep at it. And thank you for giving me a chance to share my poetry towards this forum. It's been an honor, and I really look forward to reading what everybody else has written. My poem is titled It Was the Year 2020, and I use the word was, hoping that we can soon put all this behind us and, look forward to a brighter future, brighter days. Thank you.
So, a quick question, Purva.
Yeah.
Are you more of a prose writer or a poet?
I'm more of a prose writer.
Prose writer, because
yeah.
And do you follow any particular poetic style? Because it reminded me of the Latin American poets, because they don't strictly confine to any rhythm or meter.
Rhythm, yeah. I don't confine to yeah.
Right. Right. So it was very wonderful, because I was when I read it first, I felt that it was the most comprehensive collection of the experiences of all the 33 pieces, right?
Thank you so much.
Right, everybody should read this poem. It's written almost in a free verse style, and reminded me of some Latin American poets. But the thing is, every poem, story, or essay in this collection captures a particular aspect or angle of the lockdown experience or the corona experience. But in my opinion, Purva's poem completes the whole experience of from all aspects, angles, and love and family and job. So I told everybody that I was really impressed with this what is a comprehensive encapsulation of the pandemic experience. If there is one piece to be mentioned, it will be Purva's poem. So.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. It's an honor, like I said, to be sharing my words. Thank you so much for your kind words.
You're welcome.
And one word the Mehboob forgot was wholesome. You said wholesome poem on corona.
Right, because I already used the word wholesome to you. I have used the word comprehensive here, because as an editor, you don't need it. No, as an editor, you might tell me don't repeat your words or adjectives. So I said comprehensive time.
Okay, anyways, welcome, Purva.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to the next. So next we have our own HYDRAW member, Sirisha.
Hi all. Thank you for this opportunity. And at the onset, I would like to share with you all that this anthology, as we were discussing, is a brainchild of Swasti. And the moment she shared that, we wanted to go ahead with something like this, the way HYDRAW members have supported her idea and pulled this entire thing off is commendable, because no one was actually obligated to do any of the stuff that has been done. It's all voluntary, and it shows the kind of support a group can provide when you want to do something here. Okay, so coming to my contribution in this, I've contributed a poem and a story. And my story is about two new lovers who have just started dating, and the kind of problems that they face when they want to meet each other in this time. And my poem, Walk of Life, is it draws parallels between the haves and have-nots of how the situation has disturbed both the segment of the society. That's it. Thank you all.
Yeah. So it's a very nice story, very romantic one too. So I hope everyone will like it.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, Lavanya, you can take it forward. I'm sorry, I said thank you. Lavanya, are you there?
She's on mute, so.
महबूब सर आप लेके जाइए सामने.
So let's wait a minute. I don't have the PPT with me. This was prepared by Lavanya and Swapnil. So
Okay.
I don't have a copy of that. So Swapnil, can you come in and do you have the PPT with you, copy?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. I was on mute. So yes, I'll start the PPT.
From Sirisha onwards. Yeah. Lavanya's connection is frozen, so let's see when she joins, she can take over.
Yeah. So yes, I'm going to share my screen now.
Welcome to the book launch, Akhil. Good evening.
So yeah, the next one we have is Sudhindra. Sudhindra, are you on the call? He must be. He's a very active guy. He doesn't miss any of our meetings. He's our HYDRAW member.
Unfortunately, he is not there in the list. I don't see him.
Okay.
Right. He's a voracious reader and tried his hand at poems first time this time, I think, in the anthology.
So next we'll start with the stories. First is
Swapnil, can you hold on?
Yeah.
Before we go on to stories, Akhil has joined. Can you put on Akhil's slide? He's in the poem section.
Okay.
First one, yeah.
First one, yeah.
Right. Akhil, can you hear us? Akhil Prakash? Hello? Hello, Akhil? Probably he's not able to hear us. So, okay. All right. Let's go on to the story section. Swapnil?
Yeah. So, yeah, Gautam. So, he's another HYDRAW member.
Not yet joined.
Okay.
He wrote a wonderful story, Redemption, and kind of a late entry, but you will really like the way he twisted the story and the narration towards the end. You realize what's really happening. So a very good, one of the most voracious readers in the club, very active in Goodreads all over India. So, all right.
So next is Gohar. I can see him in the list. Gohar, can you hear me?
He has to unmute, I think. Gohar has to unmute.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself, Gohar.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I had a power cut, so just got disconnected.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on, please continue.
Yeah, so while Gohar is speaking, I'll hand it over to you, Lavanya. Okay? Let me know when you are ready. Yeah.
I'm ready, yeah. Okay.
Looks like Gawar is on mute. Gawar, could you unmute your mic, please? Unmute your audio.
Can you try, sir? Maybe, sir? Yeah.
Forcibly unmute?
Yeah.
Let me try.
I can see him speaking, but yeah, his voice is not audible to us.
It's mute.
No, I can't unmute people. I can only mute people as a host.
Okay.
So text message, go on.
So Gaurav is talking.
No, he's not able to unmute his mic. He's on mute.
Okay.
In the meanwhile,
So
Akhil has joined. Akhil, can you hear us? Akhil? I think he's also on mute. When he's able to unmute, maybe we will go back to the poem section and hear from Akhil.
No, let him do it in the last.
Okay, all right.
Let's
Okay.
go follow the sequence. Whoever has missed
Right.
and joined later, we'll give them a chance in the end.
Okay.
Okay, so one last time, Gohar, will you be able to talk? Are you unmuting your mic? We can't hear
No,
you.
he's still on mute.
You're still on mute. Unmute yourself.
Out of the three icons, there are three icons at the bottom. The first one.
Gohar, you have to go to the bottom of your screen, and then on the left side you will see a microphone icon, which is probably red. So click on that once.
Right.
So I think we should go ahead. Gohar, maybe try.
Gohar now seems unmuted.
We can give him.
Gohar now seems unmuted. If you want to say something, we'll know Gohar.
Okay, Gohar, can you speak something? I can't hear him. So I guess let's go further.
Let him try the audio once more. We'll go to the next speaker and then come back to Gohar later on. Maybe.
Yeah, we can do that. Yes. So next is Muralidharan sir. Over to you, sir.
He too has to unmute. Sir, you have to unmute here.
Muralidharan sir also on mute. Yes. All right.
So next. Okay, then let's go with next is Naseha. Naseha, are you ready?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, Naseha, very well.
Oh, thank God. I thought that's something happening with Google these days. So happy to be part of this Chronicle. And I mean, this was the most disturbing and distressing times of our lives. And somehow I wanted to spread a bit of happiness and a bit of smile.
Can you hold on a minute, Naseha? Lavanya, your screen is on share with her profile.
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Even I can see it. Yeah.
All right.
I can't.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
So this is that was the thought behind writing this piece, and then there was another thought. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the cats who are most misunderstood creatures in this whole world. So this is my piece is from their perspective as what is happening, why is it happening, and as we know, cats are very moody. They do not consider humans as their owners. They consider themselves to be as par. But one thing, they, as much as they have their mood swings, they love their humans a lot. So I hope this brings a little smile on everybody's face when they read it. And it is dedicated to my special cat called Kishi. Her full name is Kishmish. I call her Kishi. And I had sent a photograph of Kishi, if you have it.
Okay.
So that's all about this. It's all about what Kishi feels during this lockdown.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
Wonderful.
one of the very
And
funny stories. I mean, I recommend everyone to read it. Seriously, you will, smile at it. The cat kind of talking its experiences during this COVID time. Very well written, Nasina. Kudos. Kudos
Thank
to you.
I have a question for Nasiha.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I can hear you.
See, after the lockdown, during the lockdown, after a few days, we could see that most of even wild animals had come out, and people were roaming around in the gardens and roads and all that. Birds, and even some in some places, I had noticed that dolphins were coming closer to the shore. Like, how did you feel about it? Because you seem to be an animal lover.
Absolutely, I love that concept, but at the same time, I was little afraid and sad that once this lockdown gets
Is
over, we humans, being the top predators as we are, will push them
yeah,
back to the
they'll go
jungles.
back to their jungles
Yeah,
again. Inevitable.
somehow
Right.
we should. This has taught us something that we should do something about the nature. At
Yes.
least plant few
Yes.
things as much as
Yes.
possible.
As much as possible. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So next is Rizia. Do we have Rizia on the call?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Rizia.
Okay. Should I start now?
yes, please go ahead,
Yeah.
Rizia.
Okay. First of all, very warm good evening to all of you. And I would really like to thank Hydro for this opportunity because, as such, I am a person related to literature, but then I have never tried writing a short story. This is, in fact, one of my first attempts at writing a short story. I have written essays and articles for journals and books, but never a short story. And the idea, as it was given in the pamphlet itself, is to talk about the experiences of the lockdown, and some of it that I have incorporated into the story is of my own personal experience. Some of it has come from interacting with other people over the phone, over the social media, things like that. And think so. And on second thoughts, when I look back on it in hindsight, I find that it is really a very depressive story, but it has got a lot to do with what most of us are facing. Some of us were unable to express those emotions, and the whole concept of mental health became such a big issue during the lockdown that it was my personal take on how we are coping with it, being cooped up inside a household. And I personally feel very lucky that I have got the space and everything to move about. But then this was written keeping in mind also those people who have really been cooped up inside their households, inside their homes, and being unable to move out mentally as well as physically. So thank you so much.
All right. Rizia, your profile says you are an eternal procrastinator. So
Yeah, exactly.
why did you not procrastinate this story? You could complete it on time.
Actually, this is something that I have already told people that I knew about it somewhere around 1 month or so back, but then that was also a process of procrastination because I don't know if there was anybody who submitted it after the, given, but then I submitted it around say 10 or 15 minutes before 12 o'clock in the midnight, if I'm not wrong about it. So that itself was procrastination. For most of the things I ask for extra time. Most people whom I know, whom I am in touch with, I ask for extra time. But then with you, I thought that I don't have the intimacy or relationship to ask for extra time. But most people know that if something is given to me to write, I will obviously cross the deadline.
All right. So good to have one. Swapnil, good to have one more like us in the club from today onwards.
Yes.
And talking about depression, Rizia, it was such a hot topic in the HYDRAW group on the day
Yeah.
that
Rajput died. Yeah.
Rajput died. That
Yeah.
there was such a heated discussion that one member actually left the group. And I got more depressed after that.
That is something which is almost a very hot topic all over the social media kind of things. And in fact, I was talking about it to somebody today morning itself, that I also had a very heated discussion with somebody in my school WhatsApp group. And in fact, I was on the verge of leaving the group because of some kind of comments that I have received there. But then it is because I realize it is again the people talking because of their own repressed emotions, and something which could not come out because of the lockdown. Somehow people found out a means. I personally feel that it is good that this mental health came to the fore, though it was a very sad thing that somebody had to die for it to come out to the fore. But then it is good that we as Indians actually are no longer, like ostriches hiding our heads in the sand, but then we are coming out in the open
Right.
regarding depression.
Right. I mean, one of the members of a group, Devika, the co-founder of HYDRAW, has actually written a book called The Mind Game, and it deals with
Okay.
some of these issues of psychological pressure. But it was such a rude shock during as the lockdown was ending, that a person of such accomplishment and fame, and one we all loved, Shashank Singh
Exactly.
Rajput, could go, and
Mm.
then what the extent of the impact of depression is, like it came and hit us hard on the face on that day. So
Exactly, exactly. No, I personally, because I'm a teacher, I have a lot of connection with my students, and the story actually came out because of their own personal experiences, also how they are coping with it, and being associated with an educational institution gave them some kind of outlet. Also, now they are back home. Some of them are also facing abusive households also. So that is also there, which probably we also need to address.
all right.
For
Okay.
topic. Okay, thank you so much once again.
You're welcome, Rizia. And in the meanwhile, I think Lavanya's connection has dropped again. So we'll wait for a minute. And
Yeah, I'm back.
you're back. Okay, you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You keep coming back. And yeah, I see a name Gaurav Dixit here. Hello, Gaurav.
So I think that's Shweta's ID, I guess. The Gaurav is Shweta's husband's name.
Okay, Shweta has joined with her husband's ID, and she's in Dubai, but I believe her
Right now
mic
she's back in UP.
India. In
Yeah,
UP. Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. So after Gauhar, who comes, Lavanya? Take it from here, please.
It's Shalini now.
Yeah, hi
Shalini,
everyone.
over to you. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can. We can.
Okay. So shall I start?
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah. First of all, thank you for HYDRAW and all the members who has worked so hard to bring out this anthology. Big thanks. So my story is I have contributed a story to the anthology. So it's named The Little Red Flip Flops. I during the initial phase of the lockdown, uh, I was feeling kind of a lethargy of not being able to be creative or write anything. So I put up a challenge for myself, and I wrote kind of 21 stories in 21 days. It was a tough challenge, and thankfully, it kind of broke my writer's block. And the Little Red Flip Flops is a story that I wrote during that time, and it's about the migrant workers of India who had to face a lot of difficulties in walking to their hometown during the lockdown. And it's kind of I'm trying to imagine the life of such a family and a little girl who has to walk for kilometers to reach their hometown. So that's a story about. And so the story is basically, as a fiction writer, we need to like address some of the issues occurring in the society, and how we can, as a writer, how we can feel empathetic and relate to others around in the society. So that's how the story started, and I am thankful for one of my professors in college, Dr. Shaugata Ghosh. He is the one actually gave me the thread He is the one who actually asked me to write this story so that people can relate to it a lot. So I'm happy that HYDRAW has taken it up to publish it in the anthology. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Shani.
Thank you.
There are some people in the group in the event now, like who are not contributors. I see Dilip. Dilip, welcome. Good evening. And Mani,
Yeah, hi, Mahbub. Good
Alok
evening.
Ranjan. You guys can stop the authors, and if you have any specific questions, can ask. Right? Okay. So where is Lavanya?
I'm here. I'll
All
share
right.
the screen when the
Oh, go
speakers.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
So the next one is Sanjana. Do we have Sanjana on the call?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Hello, Sanjana. Very warm welcome to you. Over to you, Sanjana. Please share your views. Muralidharan sir, can you keep yourself on mute, please?
I'll mute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sanjana, go ahead.
yeah, I think I'm one of the youngest here. So it's the first time I've been able to publish something that I've written. So thank you for the opportunity, and thanks to Arun Kumar uncle. He shared this to me so that I could write it. So mm, yeah, so I thought of someone who had the coronavirus, how they'd cope with that, and how they'd, get out of that kind of feeling that everything is going to end at some point now. So I hope that the feelings that I wanted to, convey are shown in that. Yeah, thank you a lot.
Sanjana, you are not one of the youngest. You are the youngest contributor of the book. And once you become a formal member tomorrow onwards, you will still be the youngest member of the club, Hydra member. And so we were so amazed by your talent. I mean, in ninth grade, I was such an idiot, and here you are writing a wonderful story which is in par with people who are in their 40s, 50s, and senior. So
Thank
thanks to Arun sir for bringing us to you. He knows your grandfather, and that's how the connection was
Yeah,
made.
yeah, that's right.
Right, Mr. Jagannathan, and keep writing, Sanjana.
Yeah.
Our blessings to you, and I think it will be great start to be a part of your journey, because I believe this is your first published in a book piece, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing we did was in the bios, all the bios are in third person. Whenever we got bios from people, we converted to third person. Yours is the only bio in the book. We left it in the first person as you sent it. Like, I am Sanjana, ninth grade. You can see the cuteness almost
Yes.
in the words. So when I was discussing with Swapnil and Avanya, no, let's leave it there. And it's so it's so nice to have Sanjana's bio in first person, and so in that way also it's unique. So um, and now you're in 10th grade, or
No, I'm in ninth.
you came into ninth now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so how often do you write, and what do you plan to write? I mean, like you write every
Um,
day.
I don't write so often. Usually, when I don't have much to do. I just start writing something that comes into my head. I want to write a novel someday, maybe.
Oh, good. You're at the right place, Sanjana. So one thing I just wanted to kind of compliment you is writer has to have lots of empathy. Without empathy, it's very difficult to write. Of course, empathy and imagination. You have both. Being just ninth class student and kind of visualizing that, say, if I get, COVID, or a girl like me gets a COVID, how it will be, and how
Yeah.
her family will feel. So just at ninth class, thinking like that is really, I mean, it's mind blowing. It's awesome. So you have all the
Thank you.
traits of a writer. You should pursue your dream. And you're very. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, Thank you.
Okay, so anyone has any questions for Sanjana?
Yes, Sanjana, this is Shalini.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, congratulations. It's wonderful to see such a young person contributing to the writing. We are really overwhelmed and looking forward to read your story. Just I don't have any question. I just wanted to congratulate you and just want to ask you to hold on to your passion, keep writing, because from my personal experience, if you have a break in between, it's difficult to get back. So just want to tell you that please keep writing and keep sharing things on the Hydro group so that we can all have read your amazing pieces, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's move on to the next speaker. Do we have Santanu on the call? Do we have
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So Santanu, over to you.
Oh, 1 second. I think he might have dropped now. Now I don't see his name. Lavan, I don't see his name. He had joined earlier, but now it's not there. So if he joins back, we can ask him to speak. But I think we can go ahead now. Yeah.
Do we have Shweta? Next person is Shweta. Hello? Or Shweta or Swapnil said Gaurav Dixit.
No, she's not on the call. Yeah, she's having some connectivity issues right now.
So did she send a message of?
Yes, it's still in your WhatsApp, Lavanya. If you can
No, I
read that.
mean, okay.
If you can read that.
Yeah, I thought that her husband or someone had joined and they would want to
Right.
speak to her.
But yeah, she's not.
Okay. All right. So we have a message from Shweta Dixit. She has contributed a short story which is titled Family. And her message goes like this. Hello all. It gives me immense pleasure to be present at this book launch, and more so because this is my first story that will be published in a book. Corona is not a positive thing to have happened to us. It has certainly blocked us from doing a lot of things. But from a child's perspective, it isn't a bad thing to have happened. My story is about Corona times from a child's perspective. Though this is a fictional story, but inspired from what my 4-year-old daughter thinks. Hope you enjoyed the story. I'm looking forward to read all your articles, poems, and articles. Thank you, Team Hydra, for giving this opportunity and platform for a new author like me and selecting my story for the anthology. I can't thank enough for the effort the team has put in. Congratulations to all the authors. So that was from Shweta. So unfortunately, she could not join us. So let's move on to the next.
So one piece of trivia here.
Okay.
She's the second contributor from Dubai. So we have two contributions, one from Purva and one from Shweta. Of course, Swapnil mentioned right now she's come back to India because of this lockdown situation, but she's Dubai based. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving on to next. Okay, Sirisha had already spoken about her story. The title is Shopping List. So let's move on to next. Swapnil. Okay. And Swapnil has also spoken about his story. I hope you like his story as well. Okay. So next we have Syed. So Syed, over to you. Can you please take over?
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll quickly say a few things. The first thing, of course, is the effort which the team has put into, coming up with this anthology. And being a resident of Hyderabad for the past 2 years, I was surprisingly unaware of HYDRAW, but now that this has come up, I'm sure I'll be happy to be, associated with the group of people. The second thing about what I wrote, which is called Conversations with an Old Friend, I didn't really think about how I would, summarize the story I wrote. I usually write poems or, non-fiction pieces and all of it. So this is one of my first, I won't say the first, but one of my first attempts at writing a short story. But in the introduction, how Swasti mentioned that, even during this pandemic, three things have united, people across the globe, and that's love, loss, and death. So I think my story somehow tries to encapsulate all these themes in a very short way, and a bit of an esoteric way also, if I might say so. But it doesn't come from personal experience, but does come from, kind of reading things or talking to people. So yeah, I hope you would like the story when it's out there. Hello?
Yes, Syed.
Yep.
It was wonderful to read your story. So, along with biryani, do you have thumbs up or Pepsi?
I usually go for Coke. So.
Okay, almost a Hyderabadi. Once you promote yourself to thumbs up or Pepsi with biryani, then you're like Hyderabad.
Sure.
2 years is 2 years almost there. Yeah. So it was nice reading the story, and welcome to Hydra.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the next person is Veena. Do we have Veena on the call? And this is also the last story of the story section. Veena, are you there?
Yes, I'm on the call. Yeah.
Okay, what you Veena?
So very good evening to everyone, and I'd like to begin by saying a big thank you to the HYDRAW group, for giving us this opportunity to write something. For me personally, writing this story kind of helped me to distract myself away from all the negative news that is, constantly out there. So what I've tried to pen is, some observations that I made that began from the lockdown. So no matter who I spoke to, if it was, be it friends, colleagues, my parents, for that matter, even me, nobody was really content with what they currently had. There was always this feeling that only if this one thing more I had, my life would be a little easier. And I caught myself thinking about this a number of times, and I realized that there are so many things that I may be taking for granted, just a roof over my head, or being able to work from home, or just groceries being delivered to my doorstep. There are so many people out there who must be craving for this. And I had to stop myself, take a deep breath, and say, count your blessings. There are so many things to be thankful for each day. This is one aspect. The other aspect, even Swasti mentioned at the beginning, is I have this innate belief that not only as individuals but currently as a human race, we have this capacity to bounce back from adversity. So there's a quote by Albert Camus that resonates with me a lot. He says, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." So I hope that all of us remember this summer that is there within all of us, and we are able to endure this long winter that is currently going on. So thank you.
Welcome, Surya ma'am, and thank you very much, Veena. Good to have you. Good to read your article, and of course, we need a lot of help in editing going forward. So I think a lot of value addition will be there. A lot of hopefully scaled up tasks could come our way in the in the future. You are Veena. You are Hyderabad based, or where are you?
So I've been living in Hyderabad for around 3 years, but my hometown is in Pune.
You are from Pune. You're Hyderabad based. Okay.
Yeah.
So biryani and Kamu, you're in the right place, Veena?
Yeah, I think so. I finally found the right place. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll go on and on about these topics, not just Camus himself, but the whole existentialist
Yes.
philosophy of writers. We like hammer those books frequently. Dostoevsky
Okay.
is another favorite. Camus is a big favorite by
Mhm.
people like Ankit and Sudhindra. We go
Okay.
very much in that line. So I think we will find us very much compatible in your taste in reading and food also culinarily. Okay.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Welcome to Hyderabad, Avina. So, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Reena. And I think we left out Muralidharan sir because of some technical problem. So, sir, would you like to speak now?
About motivation, I was asked to speak.
Surya ma'am. Surya ma'am, not
Yeah.
now. We have not yet started essay section. So,
Okay.
Finally, I unmuted. Actually, I'm audible now.
Yes, sir. You're audible. Please go ahead.
హైదరా మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనం. At the outset, I thank the entire editorial team consisting of Hussain ji, Arun ji, Devika Das, Srisha, Smriti, Lavanya, and Swasthayan. Actually, it's the work once. I actually wanted to talk to the child, but I think she's listening now. Once, even a senior writer, once he finishes his work, he thinks that he has done his job very well and quite fine, and it has come out very well. But it's just like a sword, just out of the burning charcoal of a blacksmith. It needs a lot more sharpening and to become a sword, and that is what these editors have done. And this is my second story with Hydra, and in the first story also and the second story also, the way they edited it, the way their feedback was given, it was a lot educative for me. It was an eye opener. I request all the writers to remember that we must self edit, and we are very lucky. I have not seen a very professional equivalent to Hydra in the recent past. I have met anyone. It's really very professional. I congratulate them. And coming to the, I think the time is less, so I'll go ahead to my story briefly. The story's title is Rupees 500, and we are calling them, it's a by the word warriors. We know warriors are those who are securing our border, or those who are fighting for our country. Now we are having a new set of warriors who are on the front line. So certainly I also certainly pay a lot of respect to them. I have dedicated a book to them. And I certainly respect them, and we are all respecting them. We are all showering encomiums on them. But there is always other side, So let us take there are three dimensions to it. So one dimension is we are all thankful, very grateful, and we are showering encomiums on them. And the next side is their profession. Another dimension. But there is one third dimension, how they are personally connecting to this lockdown, as well as the profession, and to their family. That is everything personal about a warrior. This is what is attempted in that story. That story is a very small one and a sharp one. And if I elaborate much more than that, then I request you to read and certainly give the feedback. I think with this, I have done justice to this speech. I thank Hydra both for the opportunity and the opportunity for me to speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Muralidharan sir. Finally, a pleasure to hear your voice.
There was some problem in the PC, so now I have come to mobile. Here I could mute easily.
Right. Excellent. And Thanks for your steadfast support. You contributed one story to Biryani, and you booked air tickets to Hyderabad, and then this lockdown had happened. So we could not
It's
meet
okay.
back then. Finally, due to this technology, we are able to see you and meet you online like this. It's a pleasure to have you in HYDRAW, sir. And for those who are
Thank
not,
you. Thank you.
for those in the session today, Muralidharan sir has translated Shashi Tharoor's "Why I Am a Hindu" into Tamil, and he is a senior person. Spent a lot of his career in, I mean, you can say entire career in journalism. But then from journalist writing to general writing, so we are, I think we are mutually collaborative, and we will grow and evolve together with his guidance and constant support. And Muralidharan sir promised that he'll be coming to Hyderabad frequently,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
his son,
very
his son,
soon.
his son got a job in a MNC recently. He after graduating from IM, I think Raipur. He said,
Raipur. Yeah, Hussain.
I am Raipur. So let's see, sir, when this corona will go away and you come to Hyderabad. It will be a pleasure to meet.
Certainly.
I'm
I want to
looking
meet
forward.
all
We're
of you at
actually
your
looking
convenience.
forward to meet you.
Thank you, Lavanya. Sure, all of you, and if possible, the kid, the youngest writer. Very eager to see her.
So, before moving forward, just wanted to mention Muralidharan sir has a very special ability to bring the emotions in his story. So I've read like two stories of him, 500 rupees and one on the biryani also. I don't know, those stories are somehow touching. He doesn't actually go directly stating the emotions, but once you read the story, you kind of feel so overwhelmed with all the emotions that is in the background. So wonderful, sir. Uh,
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you,
that's an
particularly from my editor.
that's really an exceptional ability.
And Muralidharan sir, you said you wanted to say the something to Sanjana. She's on the call still. She's listening to us, all of us.
Sanjana, very happy to see you, Betty, and actually I appreciate Hussain ji and HYDRAW for bringing forward your work, and very happy, Betty. You keep reading also the things, the stories a kid can read. You read and learn, and my only word to you is that you self-edit, and before writing you just think what sort of a story you would like to read. That story you write. You want to read a story, it must be like what? That story you write. I am very eager to meet you, Sanjana, and I will be coming to Hyderabad frequently after 2 months. I'll certainly meeting you through your grandfather. Very nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lavanya.
So now thank you very much, sir. So now let's move ahead with our next session. Section.
Lavanya, we have Gohar. Maybe we can just ask him if he's able to unmute.
Yeah, sorry. So Gohar, will you be able to unmute yourself? Are you ready to talk? I think there is some problem with Gohar's.
No, he got unmuted right now. I can see he just has to increase his volume. That's it.
Okay, so Gohar, are you listening to this? Can you just increase your volume and speak a few words?
Louder, please. Volume up. थोड़ा बढ़ाइए. I mean.
No.
He's on. Avaz.
Okay, Gohar. Yeah, Gohar, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Some problem with your mic, I think. So do one thing, you type it on the chat window. Otherwise, I will read it out for you after some time, maybe.
In the meantime, before you go into the next author, Lavanya, I see one name, Ella, Y-E-L-A.
Okay.
So welcome to this book launch, Ella. I'm not sure whether it's the idea of a person who new or just a member of audience. So
yeah, we can have a little bit of introduction from her, maybe. So Ella,
Ella,
can you introduce yourself? I mean, probably she only wants to listen to our session.
Okay, all are on mute. Probably this Google Meet is kind of new to most of people. So why don't we go ahead with this part now? Yeah.
Yes. So the first speaker on the essays is Arun sir. So Arun sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Lavanya, can you hear me? Lavanya?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Entire Hydra team worked really very hard in a very short span of time. You brought the anthology to the launch area, and congratulate all the members, those who contributed, and all the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Arun sir. He's a very modest person. The most widely read and voracious members of Hydro. Last year, he read 370 books, one book a day. 370. One of the highest readers in Goodreads all over India. So.
Can you hear me, sir?
Mehboob sir, the Yella is my father. Okay, I think he was unable to mute himself.
Oh, your dad. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So if he always can say some words or ask questions at any point. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Lavanya, I think Gahor is saying something before.
Can you hear me, sir?
Now much better, Gohar. Now you can speak probably.
Yeah, we can hear you, Gohar.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for the network problem was there. I was not able to connect it with you. I'm sorry for that.
No problem. I mean, people in Bangalore, the IT city, have net problems, so it's no wonder you're speaking from Kashmir right now, Srinagar.
Yeah. Actually, I'm from Kashmir right now. I'm in Delhi. For the last couple of months for virus, I have been stuck over here in Delhi, and it was really a different and great experience to stay over here in this virus. So my story, you have given me a chance to be the part of your anthology story, and it was really a great experience. Like living over here, apart, staying away from the family during this pandemic, it was quite really a different experience. And in the beginning, it was like going through hell, staying away from family, and a lot of negative thoughts were creeping in the mind, like if somebody died at family, if I die. I have been negative all at the times in past, but with the passage of time, then the strength, resilience, hope came in me. So a lot of things I have learned in this pandemic. It was really a great experience. Like a lot of things we were like ignoring in the past, like we were not going through the simple things in life. A lot of things were being ignored by us. So this pandemic is really a horrific for all of us. It doesn't see any prejudice like rich, poor, young, old. It can go through. So for that, I have learned a lot of things, and it was really great experience. And I have given my story, and it was all about struggle, how I have been living over here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gahar. It was wonderful reading your story. I think one of the first submissions that we got, and immediately impressed with what we read. So welcome to Hydra, and we'll have you in the group tomorrow onwards. So we'll have more interaction, and it's good to hear voices from all over the country now. If Lavanya, do you have any contacts in Kanyakumari?
No, unfortunately, no. Otherwise, Kashmir se Kanyakumari tak we would have been.
Because Gawar came as a reference and contact of Lavanya, and I think next up.
Thankful to her. It's because of her that I have been given this chance to be the part of.
No. Wall is my friend, so we keep on reading each other's wall. So that's how.
So next task for Lavanya is to find somebody in your poets club from Kanyakumari. All right.
Yeah, can I ask a question to Gohar? Yes.
Yeah. Gohar, even before this pandemic has begun, Kashmir has been facing problems with Article 370.
Yeah.
So it is already a problem. On top of it, there's a bigger problem. This is like a bigger line over a smaller line, or a smaller line over a bigger line. So what is your because as you're experiencing both the things in Kashmir, can you just share your experiences? Or anything in this?
Yeah, right. Since 5 August, it was over there, complete strike everywhere. Like shops were closed, everything, business was going bad towards. Everywhere it was like a bad situation. But I think now this virus has had some more to it. So the problems are there. Already the economy is down. People are facing a lot of problems. Schools are shut. In a week already there were Monday, so we can say official hours. But this virus has created a lot of problems for all of people living in Kashmir. And I have been here in Delhi for last couple of months over here. So it's really when I go to these people who are staying right there in Kashmir, I talk to them and they tell me that a lot of problems are happening, like we are not able to move. And already there, we can say the medical staff, the hospitals are in shambles. But this virus has given them license to, like, they are staying at home. And recently, I was talking to my friend, and he told me that my wife is pregnant, and she's not given she's not taken care by this hospital administration, and they are just telling them, oh, they are not doing tests like that. So problems are there. A lot of people are facing problems.
Right. At these times, how the literature is going ahead, and how is this a coping up mechanism kind of a thing, or from the literature perspective, can you give us?
Hello, hi sir. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Mani is asking, how is literature helping you coping up? How is it doing? How is literature doing in these times there?
This pandemic time, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's like it has become, this literature has become the coping therapy for me. Like when I go through this writing, it just gives me some relaxations. Like I feel what I feel, I write.
And also maybe as a venting mechanism.
Yeah, right, exactly. Then I feel some sort of void inside me, like because of this pandemic, it is quite difficult. Like a lot of thoughts that coming to my head. Like in past, if I die, I will die here. Even my family would not be given chance to grieve at the time of this virus. Like if I get positivities, a lot of thoughts they're getting to my head. Then I started praying. Then I started this, especially writing. It just gave me chance to think, introspect, to become resilient. So it has helped me a lot. So now I am very hopeful we will get through this, and we all will face this pandemic, and we will go through this.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Mani.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Gohar. So let's just go ahead now. I think we have asked enough questions to Gohar, and Gohar is wiping his sweat from his forehead. So let's just have him relax for some time. Okay. So the next essay is by B.V.R. Sharma, and Sharma sir couldn't join today. So I'm going to share his bio, and he has a little text for us. I would like to read out the message by Sharma sir. So, first of all, he thanks HYDRAW for giving him an opportunity for his story. So he says he's happy for two reasons. First, this is my maiden attempt at writing an article for an anthology. And second, this has provided a medium for spreading some positivity in this atmosphere of gloom. He says, we have learned the hard way now that we have abused nature for far too long, and it has a way of giving it back. It has hit us very hard, and that it is the origin of the problem called COVID-19. But he also says, problems are also opportunities. It is your mindset, either you want to be part of the problem or part of the solution. If you are part of the solution, it gives an opportunity to attack the problem. find ways of resolution and innovate. This generates enthusiasm and positivity, which may complement your efforts at arriving at a solution. Then he talks about his article. So his article is titled Lockdown Positive Takeaways. And he says that lockdown has restricted vehicular movement. This actually means fewer accidents and less pressure on the hospitals, which have to focus on COVID 19 patients. He also says less pollution, reduced fuel consumption, lesser oil imports, and resultant savings in foreign exchange. But his heart also goes out for the migrant workers because they were the worst sufferers and they had to face severe hardships in going back to their native places. So he concludes saying that these are tough times, but he thinks that there are also exciting times ahead and he's looking forward to more such opportunities to spread positivity. So thank you, Salman sir, for your valuable article. We welcome you to HYDRAW. And with that, let's just move forward to our next uh, contributor. It is Devika Das, one of the HYDRAW core members. So Devika, over to you.
Good evening to one and all, and I would first like to congratulate all the contributors of the anthology, and I would like to thank Swasti for this initiative and to come up with this idea. My story is unprivileged, where I talk. Gratitude is one lesson that I have learned from this lockdown and from this whole COVID situation. The fact that I am healthy, I have a job, I have I have a house, I have food to eat. All this has helped me be grateful to whatever I have now. But many people are there who are suffering on a daily basis and even can't arrange for two basic meals or even shelter. So I have my essay focuses on the problems of the not so privileged one. That's why the title is unprivileged. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devika, and one of the most passionate literates of HYDRAW group. You will be amazed at the events and initiatives that she takes part in with 100% diligence in literature and literature related areas like theater. She is a theater artist also, very fine performance there. So thanks, Devika. It was wonderful reading the article, and it kind of gives a voice to the people. For the like Sirisha's poem, it takes the perspective of the migrant laborers and the people who don't have homes where we comfortably work from home. So thanks for bringing out that perspective in your essay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Devika. So the next contributor is Satish sir. So do we have Satish sir on the call? Hello, Satish sir.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah. So are you ready to take over, sir? Okay, over to you then, Satish sir.
Satishji, you're able to hear us? Hello, Satishji. Is there an audio problem on his side? Satishji, can you hear us? Okay. I think he's not able to get through the audio. And can you put up his bio on the screen for a minute, Lavanya?
Yes, sure.
All right, it's there. It's coming up. Yeah. Okay. Just read out. I think there's an audio problem with Satish Grama. Education in Bangalore, moved to Hyderabad, and 35 years in healthcare industry. Currently, a soft skill trainer in the last 5 years with the state government skilling department, and passionate about reading and occasionally dabbles in writing. And he wrote a wonderful essay called "The Tonsure," and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing stuff." Uh, an essay in a very British humorous way about cutting your own hair.
Yes.
I mean,
Actually,
right. I mean,
most of us like this.
I couldn't fathom how you can write a essay on how you cut your hair and still grip the reader from the first line to the last line, like
And it
a
was very
typical,
witty also.
like a classic British humorist like Wodehouse or whatever. I got that awesome feel. So, I mean, there are some pieces, of course, all are equally good, but like Purva's poem, when I read Satish Ji's essays, I was like, wow. I mean, this is really stands apart because I think I learned a lot from his writing, the way the humor can be conveyed in a very subtle manner with turn of the word and describing the same thing of carrying a scissor to bathroom in so two or three different ways using Netflix and colored scissor. You got to read this essay, guys. I mean, if you want to be a humorist or a classical essayist, I really felt amazed reading this, and I look forward to see Satish ji in the group and interact more with him, and probably take some lessons about soft skills and all, for the youngsters and all. Yeah.
So welcome to Hydra, sir.
He's still having audio problems. Satish ji, I think he's not able to. Hello, will. Let's go ahead then. Next speaker.
Hello.
Yeah, Nelly ma'am, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
First of all, I'd like to thank HYDRAW for giving me this wonderful opportunity to put my writing skills to test. In the lockdown, it was really an opportune moment to express whatever we had been undergoing or seeing what was happening in during this corona crisis. And then I should thank, especially I should thank Pratima for, I got her Facebook ID from one of my cousins, and I was able to contact Hydra like that. I mean, she had that page on her Facebook, and I was able to uh, join from there. And I'm really thankful to Swasti also for coordinating the whole, I mean, the whole, all the articles and stories and everything together, putting it together, coordinating with all the writers for giving our best. Uh, Two of my essays have been selected in this. One of them is about senior citizen. This is my personal experience. Actually, my daughter, she just went to UK in September, and then there the corona crisis is really bad, and there was all a lot of problems about uh, whether she has to come back or whether she will be staying there and all these kinds of things. And I've noticed that many senior citizens were facing these kind of. So that was my personal experience. And also about do your bit is about like the practical things that we had to do, like the change that happened after this corona. We had to wash our hands and wear a mask and things like that, which had become now it's the new norm, in fact, for all of us to practice these things. sanitizer and things like that. And this also I had written after I had seen the kind of thing that was like people had to literally change and they change so fast. And now it's become so common for us. As soon as we come out from somewhere, we wash our hands and we have to wear the mask. When we are going out, we have to wear the mask. All these things nowadays has become very common. So all the about these things I had written, and also about the conditions that it was really surprising for me. Like when I just stepped onto the road for the first time during lockdown, our colony was in a containment zone. So it was the roads were totally deserted. The stark contrast from what it is normally. Like when you see Hyderabad roads normally, even if bylanes are fully, full of traffic and people walking up and down, so much of congestion. But now even the main roads were totally empty, and the government could easily make the fresh roads during this time. So it was like that. So that really, took me by almost like a shock, and I was is something that I had written in "Do It, Do Your Bit," something like this. That's all about. My, thank you very much, everyone, for. I'm glad to be a part of this HYDRAW community. Yeah, such.
Thank you so much, Nalini ji. You are the author who has got 2 essays in the essay section. Uh,
Yes.
it was really wonderful to read that, whole middle class and coping mechanisms that comes through your
Yes.
essays. By the way, how is your daughter doing now? I mean, I don't know what
She's
happened after
fine.
the essay.
She's still in UK. She will be
Uh-huh.
coming in September because that is when her course will be completed. So when she
Right, right.
finishes her course, she'll come back
No, no. In the
to.
essay, you wrote that the landlord
She's
asked her
yeah
to vacate a room. No, is
yeah
that right?
yeah. Now she's got
Mm.
a separate place just
Uh-huh.
next door. Luckily, and the landlady herself has helped her to get this new place. So
New
she has
place.
been
Okay.
lucky to get another place
New
now.
accommodation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Very good, very good, nice. All's well that ends well. So it's
Yes.
good to have a media professional in our Hydro, a person who has worked in newspapers
Yeah.
as well
I
as
too
TV.
have. Yeah,
You
I'm
worked in
so
Deccan
glad
Chronicle.
that
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
you worked
glad to
in
meet
Deccan.
so many writers and readers on this. I'm really
Right.
so happy because it's a background which I really love.
Uh-huh. We look forward to be having you in the group, and
Yeah, sure.
particularly your diverse background work for Deccan Chronicle and HMTV
Yes.
and a website called ap7.com, and I was like amazed. Yeah,
Yes,
Nalini
that was
madam
the
will be able
last one.
to help us a lot to grow the club in the future. So welcome, Nalini
I
ma'am.
too
It's good
have.
to have your essays, and
Thank you.
we'll
Thank
have
you
a
so much.
literary time forward. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
It looks like Satish is able to unplug his mic as per the chat. Uh,
Okay. So Satiji, are you ready to talk then?
he texted that I unplugged the headphones and the onboard mic should be working, but he was
So can we ask Satish sir? Can you just speak a few words so that we'll know? Uh,
probably more problems, and yeah,
okay.
the haircut was easier than the plugging the mic.
Like now to write about Google Meet, laptop of Google Meet
Yeah,
and the
a
technical
three-page essay on how his travails with logging into Google Meet probably.
exactly.
Um,
Okay. So the next contributor is Pratima Jagdev, one of our Hydro members, and a very recent member as well, very active and enthusiastic member. So Pratima, are you there? You're ready to speak?
Yeah, hi Lavanya.
Yeah, over to you.
Can you all hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
I've not plugged in my headphones. If I'm not clear, then I'll plug them in.
no, you're quite clear. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I would like to start with a quote of Helen Keller. Keep your face to the sunshine, and you cannot see a shadow. I think HYDRAW core committee members have successfully done that, at least with the
Wow.
29 contributors of this anthology when we are all stuck at home. When we face challenges in our life and go through unforeseen situations or emergencies, usually our hope is usually deterred. But during such situations, I believe that if we serve others in whatever way we can, build our resilience, self introspect, and strategize, our faith becomes stronger. And if our faith is stronger, our hope is stronger. My personal essay about hope after three fateful Tuesdays, it's an account of incidents that I was a part of along with an entire country. They are incidents from 1991, 2001, and now 2020. The locations and the countries where these happened are different. I don't want to reveal what those incidents are. I think all of us should buy Chronicles, even if we are getting a free version, to find out, hope stories of all those who have contributed, and also to find out what those incidents are that I was in during 1991, 2001, and now it's of course Corona, and which country was I in when I was going through those situations, and how I found hope.
Thank you very much, Pratima. I really enjoyed reading and reviewing your article and the amazing connection you made of the three Tuesdays. Like you said, I won't play a spoiler here. Let people guess what those three Tuesdays were. But when did you come to know that those three incidents happened on Tuesdays? Like, did you know it before or researched it? How did it happen?
No, actually, in March and April, as soon as the lockdown was announced, there were a lot of people in my circle who are staying alone, either in hostels or they have their own home and away from parents. They were complaining to me about loneliness, about what they are going through, and stuff like that. And that's when I thought, and at that point of time, Chronicles was announced. So I thought, I should write something from my experience which will tell people that now, though we are all stuck at home, things are not bad. We are blessed to have Swiggy delivering stuff to us. We are blessed in a lot of ways with the technology. We are all still connected. But in 91 and 2001, when I was part of those incidents, technology was very tough, and situations were very tough. And when I started writing about the exact the incidents and recollecting what exactly happened on those Tuesdays, uh, I for some reason I started looking up what day of the week it was, and that's when I realized, wow, I think I will call this essay as Hope After Three Fateful Tuesdays.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's the joy of discovery while writing. The things that you don't know before you write, but during the process of writing, there is always this sense of discovery and joy of discovery that you do. And the essay really took me through all those three incidents, and very well written because you actually transport the reader to those three different decades, I should say. And your essay is the best example of creating a hook to the editor to take your story for publishing, because it is
Thank
these
you,
kind,
sir.
it is these kind of connections. Oh, these three happened on Tuesdays. That when you pitch a piece or an essay to a publisher, it will immediately grab that editor's attention, so that you're almost halfway through the door to getting published. So the three Tuesdays in the title itself is a very good hook to create a pitch for editor that all the readers and writers should take a note of in your essay. So the if humor is Satish ji's forte, I think creating a nice lead and that serves as a hook for the article, and then subsequently transport people into three different time zones through your exposition is the your essay sets an example for that. Wonderful, Pratima.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Pratima. The next contributor is Sanjay Churiwala. So Sanjay ji, are you ready?
Yeah, let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So, few words about the writing style, and I'll explain why I'm talking about that writing style also. So, I'm purely into prose, and within prose also, absolutely nothing on fiction. So, everything is mostly fact based uh, and thoughts around something. And I used to think that I am very creative because within my circle, I was pretty much the only one who had done something of writing type.
Okay,
And
okay.
then when so if you talk to engineers, not many write anyway, right? So then when I joined Hyderabad meetings a few months back, I realized I am nowhere. The kind of things I hear on the spot, people come up with stories, fictions, poems, and I realize I am way, way, way behind kind of thing. So that's why I was just mentioning about the writing style. Anyway, so during this lockdown and Corona thingy, I realized India has always been a land of variety and of extremes. Here I realized there's a huge amount of extremes again being visible. There were some people who are worrying about, who are discussing and debating why should we pay our employees, how should we uh, earn our salary, and there are some people who are worrying about how do I get my food. And on the other hand, there are some others who are distributing food, who are pulling together to not just pay but also taking the pains to distribute. Like Gauhar mentioned, there are some people who are using this corona as an excuse to run away from their responsibilities. On the other hand, there were some more people who are going far and beyond. So as I saw some of those things, I penned in these thoughts about choices that people are making now, or about situation that people are now because of choices that they might have made several years back. So that's what this essay is all about. I'll also like to thank Hydra and Swasti for giving me an opportunity to be able to publish something here. I'll also like to thank the editorial team which accepted the article, even though I know it is unnecessarily lengthy and preachy. But again, they were kind and gracious enough to still accept the article, or say whatever you want to say, right? Thanks a lot.
Okay. You are an IIT and Sanjay ji?
Yeah, I am from IIT Kharagpur.
Right. So if anybody wants to see modesty personified, you have to meet Sanjay ji. Okay. So if the word modesty or egoless wants to take the form of a human, it is Sanjay Churiwala. And
Totally
for
agree.
for heaven's sake, he's an IITian. He has written for the Times of India and has published a book on machine language, machine learning in artificial intelligence. And he says, I'm nowhere compared to Hydra. Come on, sir. This is, I mean, and in one way it makes us happy, but you are, I
Very
would say you are
humble.
very humble and modesty personified, and the kind of feedback he gives on a particular book is kind of different from the normal flow. So I remember his views on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the Secret by Rhonda Byrne. He gives a kind of perspective that normally a reader will not give. So it was wonderful to read the essay, not at all preachy, and it's I would say the most self-help kind of article or story in the whole book. So in that way, it is unique, and that's why we selected it. No other article gives you direct practical tips that can help you in terms of finances or job search and things like that. So thanks very much, Sanjay ji, and uh, wonderful to hear your kind words about Hydra and our members.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your kind words.
Thank you. So the next contributor. Now, actually, we fall short of words to kind of describe her. She is the eldest member of Hydra and also the youngest member of the Hydra. So, Surya ma'am, are you ready to go? Surya ma'am, can you unmute your mic? Hello, Surya ma'am.
Surya ma'am, you have to unmute your mic. Satish ji, you are able to hear us? Hello, Satish ji. Okay. I think.
So, Mehboob Surya ma'am is the last speaker. And if Satish ji can speak, then I guess, yeah.
I see that he is not on mute anymore. He is unmuted, but
Maybe he needs to increase his volume, probably.
uh,
No,
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 Satish ji, we can't hear. Okay, so we can hear people from Dubai and Kashmir, but not our local Gachibowli or. Okay, Chennai. People are there from Chennai. Shalini from Bengaluru.
But, so, Surya ma'am, are you able to unmute your mic? I think Surya ma'am
Has a okay.
And I'll present the bio of Surya ma'am. Mehboob, will you talk? I think it's.
Yeah, please see while she tries to unmute. I will talk to
Yeah,
the group
let's see.
about Surya ma'am.
Bio coming up?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We call her Surya ma'am. Dr.
Yeah.
Surya Kala.
Yes, she's here.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Yeah. In this lockdown time, I learnt many things which I thought I could never do. I wrote one book and I wrote 2-3 articles, and I have given lot of lectures for the LV Prasad Eye Institute from home, which otherwise I used to go directly and deliver lectures there. So in this lockdown, I realized we can do many things being at home instead of all the time worrying about lockdown, we can't go out and all that. We can do many things and we can help many people in different ways. And everybody spoke about COVID, the how it is, how people are troubled by it. I never wrote about disadvantages. I wrote an article on some advantages of COVID, and I'm thankful for the HYDRA people who have readily accepted it. And the senior most member in HYDRA, 68 years only, but I participate in all the things and keep myself lively.
Great, Surya ma'am. You're always an inspiration and motivation. One thing she doesn't tell anybody, and normally I do this duty, is that she is a cancer survivor, a tough fighter who gives everything, who fights everything properly. She was the head of department in Kasturba College, head of department in Kasturba College, and then she gives classes in management and English and soft skill free of cost in Kondapur and High Tech City area. She teaches but doesn't charge any money. And in our book club meetings, we all talk about Albert Camus and Murakami and all. And when her turn comes, she will talk about Telugu novels.
Yeah,
Barrister
because
and
we are in Telangana and we should talk a little bit about Telugu. So I made a
Right.
point that I will speak about Telugu novels.
So it's wonderful that one speaker will talk about Albert Camus and the Stranger, and the next speaker talks about Barrister Parvatism, Surya ma'am. So, and then she will say this was made into a film which was acted back in Nageswar Rao, and everybody will clap. So, so really enjoy Surya ma'am's presence. Don't go by her age and looks. She's like a 16-year-old like Sanjana when she's amongst us. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much for your appreciation. I don't think I deserve that much, but you make me feel very high when I come to you.
Right. We are just waiting for this Corona thing to go and eager to have our meeting and meet and have good conversation together, Surya ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for giving me so much of affection.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you, Surya ma'am. So the last contributor now is Mehboob Kalambab. So what you Mehboob?
Should we go and see if somebody we missed has joined? 1 second. Let me go down the participants here, authors here. Akhil hadn't joined, but he left. So,
Yeah, he messaged me on Facebook that he's having some technical problems, so he
second
disconnected.
problems.
So,
Right.
so we did hear from Satish Grama sir.
So shall we wait a minute then? Satish ji, can you try once more, please?
Yeah, maybe the last. You can try out one last time.
Right. Hello, Satish ji. Actually, officially allocated time, we have only 2 minutes left, Lavanya. So I'll try to.
Yeah, so just speed up your.
Okay, all right. So I write non-fiction with my actual name, Mehboob Hussain, and fiction with Kalam Babu. I don't know why I chose that name, but my late father used to call me Babu when I was a child, and even when I became 40 years old, he still used to call me Babu only. So I like the word Babu. Uh, uh, so I used to think somebody should have named me Mehboob Babu, like Chandra Babu and all. But if in real world your parents have not given you the name that you wanted, you can do it in literature through pen name. I mean, you can always create a identity that maybe George Well or J.K. Rowling. I'm not saying I'm as great as them, but you can create a eponymous identity, not eponymous, a pen name for you, a moniker that. So Babu is like a boy. I was always a boy to my father till he passed away about a decade back, and Kalam is for pen. So Kalam Babu means a pen boy. So as long as writing is concerned, I'm a learner. I'll always be learning about writing each and every day through this wonderful craft. And the story I wrote is www.sisters.care. So, in fact, initially I thought I would not write anything just like in biryani yet, but then in one of the conversations, Lavanya told, "No, go ahead, write one story. At least in this one, the last one you missed." So I thought I will have a story about people addicted to the phones, but then it's the same phones that helps them to connect in the pandemic. The phones that separated humanity before pandemic are the phones that connected them during the pandemic. So this is the one line idea I had, and I started writing. And in the meantime, the submission started coming in, and so I had to give my time for the anthology. So what to do? I was not getting. So I introduced a sister to the main character, right? And then I wrote some parts of that story with the sister. Then and one of the meetings, Lavanya and Sirisha were talking about backbiting between amongst women. So I understood that women do backbiting to each other, but there is certain low level of backbiting between two sisters. So which is in the category of backbiting between women, but happens at a lower scale. So I thought, okay, as a man, let me try that, and I incorporated that angle in the story. And then how do I complete it? Okay, a woman who sees that everybody is on the phone, humanity is separated by phones now in a lockdown, has a sister backbiting her, and then the phone should connect them together. And then the how I closed it is through the title www.sisters.care, and how that happens you can read in the story. All right, that's all about how that happened. And somehow I could complete it, prodding myself. Okay, let me do it, because there were things piling up, and Swastis was like constantly sending reminders about cover this, that, and so many other things are pending. So I was able to, somehow finish it, and hope you all enjoy reading that story when you get a chance. That's pretty much about Kalam Babu and the story, Lavanya.
Okay. So I think yes, we have come to the end of the session.
And I think towards the end we had like open discussion and Q&A. Probably that's what we had.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions and answers, or any of the authors, or in general about HYDRAW, or anything you want to ask.
I think there are no more questions and comments. I think we can wrap it up here. We're just about cross
I
7
think
p.m.
Satish sir is trying to log in with his mobile. He just sent a
Okay, then
message in the group.
we'll wait a couple of minutes then, Pratima ji,
Yeah.
so that he can really want to hear his voice actually.
Yeah, I
After
mean,
reading his essay and knowing that he's a soft skill trainer, yeah.
yeah, and all the contributors should speak because I mean, this is a wonderful platform to kind of share your views, and also other people will know about you. So, yeah, I think yes, everyone should kind of express their views. Um, and also, in the meantime, Satish sir joins the call. If like anyone has any questions or want to know more about the club,
One thing, Lavanya, is for the people who are new, who are first time attendees to this session, the contributors who have come first time, I or Swasti would need to have their WhatsApp numbers.
Right.
Gawar, Purva, everybody, if you can send your WhatsApp numbers, I will add them to the group. And from tomorrow morning, you will be officially the HYDRAW members. And then there are so many conversations happening in that group.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So all of you can maybe email Swasti or the official Hydra email ID, your phone numbers, and we can add you to the group. So I see Satish sir has joined back. So Satish sir, can you hear me? Are you ready to talk?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, finally.
One moment.
Finally, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Turn up the volume.
Great. So go ahead.
Oh no.
You're good, sir.
Plug in the earphones. Just a moment. Hello. I probably made you dizzy. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you well.
Great. I'm sorely disappointed with my bio. The microphone failed me. Good evening, everybody. And Mr. Hussain, I heard you greet me. But, my microphone wasn't functioning, so sorry that you couldn't hear me. And I must actually thank Pratima Jaydev for pointing me to HYDRAW. It was she who urged me to write a piece and then contribute it to the anthology. And, looking at the literary accomplishments of most of you, I'm a rookie. I'm very small. I'm just about, actually I can write, my communication is either terse or very flippant. Poetry is not my cup of tea. I do recall having written a short poem when I was dating my bride-to-be. 150. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, very clearly.
Oh, great. When Pratima asked me to contribute a piece, I began to scratch my head because I live outside the city and, there isn't much to write about. So I thought it was a choice between cooking. Well, there are people who cook better than I. Housework, that's terribly boring and exhausting. And then I thought, why not about my tonsha? So writing the first paragraph is the most difficult part, after which it's smooth sailing. Ideas somehow pop into one's head. And it took me a couple of nights to complete it, but I had to spend more time editing it, which you, of course, are well aware. Hair's growing back. In fact, I was remarking to Pratima this morning that
They take a look at my picture and one look at me and might consider me to be an imposter. Well, I'm not. Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Hussain, for those very encouraging and kind words. I could hear you very clearly. It's a pity that you couldn't hear me earlier. I'm a bit tongue-tied. Well, if you have any questions, pop them over.
Like, whose writing do you? I shouldn't say.
Yeah, style. Yes, it's a valid question. See, I grew
All
up
right.
Woodhouse.
I thought so. Exactly. The moment I saw your first paragraph, that's the name I got. That got into my mind. Woodhouse. This is India's
Yes.
Woodhouse, Hyderabad. Yeah.
Well, as it often happens, one somehow develops the style of one's favorite author.
Right.
So it's him. Actually, I'm a great fan of his, and I continue to read his books over and over again. I even have a few episodes of Jeeves and Wooster. Yes, old ones. They're jolly good, I must say. And of course, during the lockdown, I've been binge watching teleserials on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and currently on Hotstar. So, not been reading much. The thing is, I hate to wear the spectacles. I used to read a lot when I was young, but not any longer. Sometimes I read ebook. It's good because I can increase the size of the fonts. And most paperbacks are very small font. Makes it difficult to read. Some of my favorite authors were Tom Clancy, Wilbur Smith. Not to forget the ones that I used to hanker. Enid Blyton.
Enid Blyton. Okay. George Orwell, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, George Orwell, I vaguely recall his book.
Okay.
Yes, I suppose I have read his book in the past.
Okay.
Big Brother, watching. Perry Mason, James Hadley Chase, many. And comics, several. Then in high school, I latched on to P.G. Wodehouse.
Okay.
And then continued to read most. In fact, I do have a lot of the books on my iPad. Yeah, about it.
So, if we want to learn about humor writing or witty writing, can you teach us, sir?
I'm afraid that's a difficult job. I don't know why I'm humorous.
Okay.
I don't see how I can probably teach somebody to be humorous.
Sir, you can. I think once he's in the group, you will start enjoying his chat. Every day when I see a message from him, I just keep giggling for some time.
So
thanks.
I mean, like Ashwina comes out with one-liners on Facebook almost every day. Satish ji will come out with witty things to brighten our day every day. Then starting tomorrow.
I suppose I can. Yes, I guess I can.
No, if Pratima is saying that you make her day brighten with wit and humor, I am actually looking forward. And one thing we normally don't ask women is their age, but I am wondering whether we can ask men their age.
Of course, yes. I just turned senior citizen last September.
So it was a grand celebration, Shashti Purti types?
Not really. Age is just a number.
All right, all right.
I'm
So it's
not
wonderful.
really given much to tradition and all that sort of rot. I just don't believe that. In fact, I hope my wife is still working. Let me make sure. Yes, the door's still closed. I'm
One
not
last.
at all.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I was forced to starve today because of that eclipse.
Right, right.
She refused to listen to the fact that the moon comes between the sun and the earth.
For the eclipse, okay.
Yeah. So
And
I'm not.
By the way, today is also an eclipse day.
Yeah, today was solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse. Okay. So, what is the explanation for that solar eclipse?
Solar eclipse, it's just that the orbit of the moon takes it between the earth and the sun. That's about it. There's nothing dramatic about it. You don't have evil demons swallowing up the sun. Well, they would be swallowed up by the sun. If any demon
I got a couple of messages before this book launch event about the chants that I should do and the times that should avoid going out and so on. I mean, before coming to this event today.
Well, I don't believe in all that.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
All right. So,
when when it's a total eclipse. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you, sir, and we look forward.
And Lavanya, what I would say is, even if Satishji doesn't teach humorous writing, we'll learn from him. We'll all be Eklavya. Yeah.
Yes. I can't stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you won't have Guru Dakshina. That's it.
No.
Not the thumbs though. Yeah.
Yeah, not the thumb, because we have to write. We need our thumbs to write.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, you're not Ekalavyas.
Yeah.
And I'm not a teacher.
No, sir. There's learning from everyone.
Yeah. Actually, I felt pretty excited when I received a mail from you, the editorial board, that my essay was selected for the publication. It felt very good, actually. In fact, I was, other than posting some humorous paragraphs on Facebook, related to birds, I had this habit of anthropomorphizing the birds, and figures would just pop into my head, and then I would type them down, and I started making many friends. It was an international birdwatchers group. Birdwatching was one of my passions. When Pratima told me about this, with a little bit of trepidation, I began to scratch my head and wonder, what on earth do I write about? And it so happened that while I began to scratch my head, I did not encounter the hair, and bingo, I had the subject. So I thought, why not write about my conscience growing back?
So okay, Lavanya, if you allow me one last and final question.
Yes, only last question, because we're out of time.
Right. Satishji, how much of the essay is truth and how much have you made up?
I would say about much of it is true, actually.
Actually, the blood also, the bleeding also, bruises and all.
Of course, yes. I can show you one right now.
No, I believe.
Yeah, I'll show you. Can you?
No, I can't.
See here. There are two.
So your video is gone.
Oh,
yes,
your video is gone.
Yeah.
Now we got it.
Now
okay,
we got it.
Yeah, that is on a cutting board.
Okay.
I can show you many more.
All right, sir. We trust you, and it's right. So, the quality of essays is like Pratima ji and Swasti are essays like 98% marks. Satish ji is 99%. So 1% ahead, and the topper of the class in the essay section. Unfortunately, we didn't have any cash prices like the previous anthology advent we had, but if there were, I think I would have tilted the essay first position award to you, sir, and then the 98 marks to articles by Swasti and Pratima and so on. So and
Thank you.
Lavanya, that's my last comment. So yeah.
Yes, I think
Thanks a lot.
we should just wrap up this meeting. So all of
So
you
it was.
please read the Kindle anthology whenever it is online, available online. Do comment on the other authors' stories, essays, or poems. And if possible, give constructive feedback to them so that it will help them to kind of improve and improve the writing as well.
And
Yeah, on
please
that note, I was.
please await the date when you will be able to download it free of cost, and we will keep it free for 1 or 2 days for the authors
Yes,
to get their
download
copies,
it.
and their friends also can get their free copies on those 1 or 2 dates, and after that it will be priced at 99 rupees. So yeah.
Lovely talking to you. I shall.
Yes.
Somebody have to answer the call. Just a moment. All
Okay,
right.
everyone. All of you have a good
Bye.
night. And let's keep in touch. Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lavanya. Great job.
Thanks, Nasiha. Bye. Talk to you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
Bye.
Look forward to
Bye.
meeting you all in person. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure,
Bye.
sir.
Yeah.
Satiji, same here.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye,
all.
everyone.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Sharini. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Gahor. Look forward to meeting you, Shalini, Surya ma'am.
Yes. And
Bye bye for now.
I will sell the books because I'm a good marketing manager.
Looking forward, ma'am. Looking forward. But it's online. Let's see. Take
Let's
care.
see.
We'll meet you.
Yeah.
We'll meet soon.
Okay. Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
Satish ji, Arun sir.
Bye.
I
Bye.
am stopping the meeting now.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. అమ్మయ్య అది ఇది ఒక కాన్ఫరెన్స్ అన్నమాట. గురించి రాసింది అన్ని అన్నమాట.
మీరు అప్పుడు మాట్లాడతారా అని ఫోటో తీసి కూర్చుని మీ అమ్మాయి నాన్న వచ్చి